We're going to get started real shortly, so if you want to grab a drink and get settled down before we get started, that'd be a good time to do that.
So, when you and Ben, said, this is a lot of money for the cake. Excuse me.
Yeah. Well, we bring them a lot of business too.
Well, the gross isn't that easy. But the owners and I are friends. And it is nice to have. They said they might as well shut it down if we weren't there on Tuesday nights. There's nobody there. It's. I got to look for another place because you don't know how much longer they'll
All right, I'm going to do something novel and actually start on time tonight. How many first-timers do we have here? All right, welcome. I'm just going to go over a little housekeeping. As I mentioned earlier, there's beer, sparkling water, and some sodas, and bottled water in the fridge if you need something to drink. There's also wine on the sideboard, and obviously there's food on the table. There's a bathroom here. And if you go downstairs on the same side of the barn, you go down a little short hallway and turn right. There's a little bathroom downstairs as well if this one's occupied. Let's see. It would really help me out a lot if you would put your plates and your glasses in those two gray bus bins over there when you're done with them. And the recycling bin, I know a lot of people want to do wish cycling, but the only thing we can put in there are the plastic water bottles and the cans. They don't take forks. They don't take cups. They don't like, dirty napkins. Just water bottles and cans in the recycling bin. And up there's a Coke box up there for empty beer bottles. And right next to that is the trash. So everything's conveniently in that corner. If you put the stuff there, it would really help me out a lot. Okay. Just want to mention, this is a listening environment. We like to listen to the performers, so I'm going to ask you to refrain from talking to your neighbor. You're welcome to use your phone to take photos or videos, but just put it on silence, please. That would be great. And let's see. Please make sure that you put a donation in there. I suggest $20. This is technically free. You don't have to put anything, but we like to support our artists. So, if you could donate $20, that would be great per person. There's nothing that says you can't put more in there either. So be glad to take that. 100% of the money goes to the artist. The house doesn't take anything here. We do this because we just love having these performers here and having folks enjoy music. So. We will have about a 45-minute set, and we will take an intermission. And that's an opportunity for you to grab a fresh drink and mix and mingle, and also buy merch, because these artists don't make any money on Spotify. They still make money on merch, but they don't make any money on Spotify. So help them out by buying a CD and signing up on their email list. And and Hiroya's daughter is raising money for a class trip, so she's selling chocolate bars. I want to see all those chocolate bars gone by the end of the night. If there's any chocolate bars left, I'll buy them, but don't make me do that. I want to see those gone. Okay, just very briefly, on Saturday, January 11th, I try and mix things up here. I get professional artists that are traveling and doing shows, and I try and get local artists, DMV artists in here as well that are wanted to get out and perform. So on January 11th, I have a local band, Jeff Smith and Sherry Stewart. They're called Sunny at Midnight, and Jeff is a wonderful songwriter, and he's had a lot of songs go commercial on TV shows and movies. Is where a lot of his music has been played, but he does some great, really funny songs as well. And Sherry has just turned into this spectacular songwriter. You got to come out and see them on January 11th. And then on January 26th, the Folk Club is having a song circle here. That's on a Sunday afternoon at 6, I believe. And we do a song similar to this, but we're going to be featuring 4 artists from the Folk Club. Barb Keeler, John Druitt, who is my lead guitar player in my band, is going to be doing a set. And Mr. Ron Goat is here tonight. Ron, who is known as a percussionist, but he's going to be playing guitar on the 26th at the Song Circle. And a young, up-and-coming young lady by the name of Avery Anderson, that just spectacular voice. She's going to be doing a set here on the 26th. And then on Saturday, February 15th, I've got another local band, Old Town Tradition Band. They're going to be playing here. And then Saturday, March 8th, Low Lily Duo from Vermont. They're a Vermont-based Americana blues band. They're going to be performing here. I know that's a lot of information, so just go to my website, artsbarnmusic.org, and you can see all of the events that are coming up, and also sign up to reserve seats. So, let's see. Back before there was the internet, if you got yourself in a fancy magazine, you knew you were going places. Even though there is the internet here. So here's my, let's see, January, February 2024 edition of Acoustic Magazine. And right on the cover, right underneath Tommy Emmanuel, is Hiroya, is listed right here. And, nice spread in here. So So we got famous people in the house. Yeah. Everyone, give a warm welcome to Hiroya Tsukamoto.
Thank you very much for coming out. My name is Hiroya. I'm going to share some mostly original music and some stories behind them, and I hope you're gonna have a good time. You're gonna turn off this light, or no? You're gonna keep the light.
Oh, yeah.
First piece was one of my original pieces, entitled "As If It Were Yesterday," which is also the first track of my latest album, which I brought on the table. And since I spend a lot of time on the road, traveling to different places, I write many songs in different locations, including this next piece I'm going to share with you. I wrote this piece in the mountain in Utah several years ago, and after playing shows in Utah, me and my wife decided to take 2 days off to explore Utah, and we ended up renting a Jeep. But I was scared to drive a Jeep, so I asked my wife to drive. So she drove the Jeep about a couple hours through those very steep canyons. And after driving through those canyons, we arrived at this beautiful natural stone bridge with a huge red rocks. And I had my guitar on the Jeep, so I picked it up, started playing the guitar by the natural bridge, and after a while, this music came about. So I named this piece as the name of the place. And this is called Gemini Bridge. Thank you. Thank you very much. That was called the Gemini Bridge. And I've been living. I'm originally from Japan, but I've been living here in the States for 20 plus years now. But still, English is a challenge, especially when it comes to naming the songs in English. So what I sometimes do is that when I write a new song, I play the new song at the show like this and asking American audience to get some ideas for new songs. And that's what I did for this next piece I'm going to play. Right after I composed this song, I had a show in Rochester, New York. And after the show, a guy approached me and he said to me, I've got an idea for your new piece. And he was a mid-70s guy, and he was telling me some stories about his life. And he said, now I'm mid-70s, and when I wake up every morning, I just appreciate every day more than before when I was young. And he said, how about another great day to be alive? And I thought that's a nice title, but he also said that if you don't name it, I'm not going to buy a CD. So I named this piece as he suggested. Thank you. Okay, I'd like to share one of the Japanese old folk songs with you. And this song is from southern part of Japan, Okinawa. You know Okinawa, right? And it was the U.S. territories in 1960s, about 10 years, I think. But prior to that, Okinawa was an independent kingdom for a long time, about 500 years. And these people living there developed their own very unique culture, including a beautiful traditional folk music and dance. And this is one of the folk songs from Kingdom era. And this song talks about the woman who lived back then, and she was a beautiful, beautiful woman. So she got an offer from the king to get married. And usually when king said something to people, they were supposed to say yes. But she didn't want to get married him, so she rejected the proposal from the king. But she was able to survive, and she became heroine, and this song came about. And I'll be singing this song in Okinawan, very old dialect language, which I don't even understand much, but you are welcome to sing along if you want to. And traditionally, they don't use a guitar for this kind of music, and what they use is called sanshin, and san means three in Japanese, and shin means lines or strings. It's a three-string small instrument, and the fingerboard doesn't have any fret, so it's almost like a cello or violin neck, black ebony neck, and white body, and some Japanese people call it Japanese banjo. But anyway, I'm going to imitate the sound of this sanshin with the guitar. さありましよたはりのちんだらかのしゃまよさどやのほやにはいやいや한 줄 하사 리바시요 다하요 진나라가노 샤마요 Thank you. Okay, I think I'm gonna do two more songs and then we're gonna have an intermission. So I'm gonna switch the guitar, and this is was my main guitar for a long time. It's a nylon string classical guitar. That one is a steel string. Both of them are handmade. Just one guy built like those guitars. And this is a song that I wrote a couple years ago in Maine, and it was an instrumental piece. But last month I was playing shows in upstate New York, and I was driving through Adirondacks Mountains, and when I was driving through those places, it was very beautiful, and some simple lyrics came to me. So I put those words to this instrumental piece. So this is my new version of this piece. It's called Coastline Remembrance. Thank you. Thank you very much. So I'm gonna play one more piece and I take a short intermission and you can get some refreshments and also I have CDs and chocolate from my daughter. And, so here's my new song that I wrote a couple months ago in Kansas, and I grew up in a small town outside of Kyoto City. And as you may know about Kyoto, which is the old capital city in Japan for a long time. But also Kyoto is the name of the prefecture, state. It's like a New York City and New York State. And my hometown is north part of Kyoto. And surrounded by beautiful mountains, it's in a valley. And that's where I grew up. And I usually tour central part of the US, such as Missouri, Nebraska, Kansas, those states, once or twice a year. And the scenery of those places is the most different scenery from where I'm coming from. So I always wanted to compose a music about these areas. And have you driven through those areas? Yes? And it's flat, right? And as we drive, small towns appears and the speed limit goes down gradually. And those small towns are very much quiet most of the time, and I can pass those places only like a few minutes. And when I pass those places, sometimes I feel depressing and sad because lots of stores are closed and towns are very much dead in a way. And after passing through those places, another corn and soybean fields continues lots of miles. And then another similar towns appears, and that kind of a repetition driving through those areas. But at the same time, I played shows in those small communities, and once I got into the communities, I met some wonderful people in those areas. And so this song has two different parts in the middle, darker part and brighter part. And it is a suite. It consists of 3 different parts. And this song starts with a very slow part, and it develops to a faster part. And the end, it comes back to the slow part again. So here is my new piece. Thanks so much. Thank you.
Just really incredible what you can do. Stevie Wonder once did an album I love called Secret Journey, I think the life of plants or something. And you could be secret life of the universe and beyond. Because each one of your songs sounds like it could be from a different place. And it's really so wonderful to hear you. And I love your creativity. I used to teach English and creative writing for 30 years. And a lot of musicians. Some of my kids go on to win Grammys like Snarky Puppet. But you have such an intelligence and passion. Tommy Emmanuel thought Brother Ron, he can too. Oh my goodness. No, you're enjoying the show. Really incredible experience. The song, work of art. It's really cool to find that at a farmer's market rider or something. Oh, really? Oh, and Oshi is here. What could be better? Like, by the way, I don't know if I'm officially ready for replacement Oshi, but I took a chance. I thought, is this cultural appropriation inclusion to this concert? That's okay, but I'm pretty sure I'll find it. I'm trying to connect him with just a pretty good song. I mean, it's like it's the original. And you notice he does people's time. Jazzy way to listen to this. But if it needs resolve, weird, but one leads like stepping because the house concert series over the national because $60 a pop now, singing there, $70. I just got wrong. Why does he do house concerts? Because he's like insane. You know, he's a jam job. He goes ballistic. There's a name for that. I'm looking it up here. You know, that sound like they crowd so we go pay $60 to $70 here. And some of these world-class guitarists are here. We'll let them play that. And it's like a couple dozen years. So that's what it is here. Sure, I'll come and play some songs. And so that's what you'll find. Sure, my therapist died of you know, yeah, last night with Jeff, Sherry, John Wirtz, Marcy feeling the head pulse, so she didn't come. With the whole quintet, will be here. And I'm sure a nice description because I call it the group master of state. Struggle with beat. And sometimes, like Bob Dylan, he'll start a song and we'll be playing, the whole band is chugging along, we're wondering what song is this? And then we'll start singing. Different rhythms, you know? But he always makes it work. And I have ideas that I'm going to change something about Boy Down the River. They had share a song that had to do with drum solo. I said, well, let's make it different. So, we're all talking about ideas even. Nice to like here. And I got to see the rock star. Now, isn't that Japanese for favorite? Or is it a different language?
There is a Japanese word.
I heard of Ocean, and I thought it meant favorite. Yeah, the question is, you know, you don't want to get your brain mixed up. That's how the origin of all places, way down Petersburg, Virginia, on Chihuahua carrier, and we weren't supposed to have Chihuahuas on the train. To take the train, and that train misses the train. So my ride left, and I go in, and this guy selling me a ticket, and the Chihuahua pops out, and the head pops out. He says, "Oh, I can't have a dog on the train." I'm screwed. My ride left. And then he said, and I did not understand. He said, "Is that dog?" I feel rotten. I go back home. And then he said, "Okay." And he wrote a ticket that said Nipper, his name, price 0 company. He showed us to the conductor. And everybody in our car ran a company. But then I found out later that for an animal name like crazy. But that guy saved my ass. Yeah. And it was a fun ride. And it was like, you know, I'm not trying to take some dances. World class. My Chihuahua. My neighbors, several of them, have replaced the other dogs that passed away with Chihuahuas. And they were about like trees of it. It's one of them. This dog is so But I'm going to get a little wine here, I think. But I really appreciate it. It's amazing evening, you know. I've seen it several times before. It's always exhilarating. Right.
Yeah, it's good. Okay, I'm gonna play some more music for you. Yeah. Thank you very much. You might be wondering, you hear lots of sound at the same time, so I want to explain what I'm doing. So I'm using a tool called the loop pedal, which is connected to my vocal mic and guitar cable so that I can create multiple layers in the real time. So that's what I'm doing. So everything is not pre-recorded, or it's not a karaoke, it's a real time thing. This is another original piece which I wrote a couple of years ago during the pandemic time. This is called No Matter How Far. very much. A couple of years ago, I taught at a music gathering in near Asheville, North Carolina, and it was a music camp for adults, basically. And it's a great gathering. It's called a Suwananoa gathering. It's in a small town called Suwananoa, 20 minutes from Asheville. And lots of people are coming from for this from across the United States. And during the summertime, July. Each week they have different instrumentations, such as Celtic Week, Banjo Week. What else? You were there too.
Guitar week,
Fiddle Week,
contemporary folk.
Contemporary Folk Week, and I was teaching a guitar week. I taught 3 classes there. And the same week there was one called a Contemporary Folk Week, which was designed for singer-songwriters. And between my classes, I've got some free time, so I ended up taking one of the songwriting classes, which was very inspiring. And in the class I took, the vocal teacher gave us some assignments. And she said to us, I'm going to give you guys for 15 minutes and try to write a song and come back and share it. And it was a challenge. But the location was very beautiful, so I decided to go out from the building, and I walked through the woods looking up the sky and trees. And I was hoping that something was coming, but nothing came. Although eventually, in the last minute, this simple melody with a Japanese poetry came about, just 4 lines. And after coming back to the class, I shared this little fragment with the students and the teacher. On the same week, there's a meditation time at 6:30 a.m. every morning, and I started going there on my second day morning on Tuesday. I saw some of my students were there first day, and I saw some of the instructors too, who are performers. And that morning, I was observing people, and they were not so friendly each other yet because they didn't know much at the beginning of the week. But they started to be more open as days went by. They obviously talked more each other. But another reason was this Buddhist monk who was leading this meditation time, because this monk shared everything about himself. And he shared some good things about him, but he also shared some struggles and hard time he went through. And after hearing this monk's talk, these people, students, started sharing different things about their lives. There were some happy topics, but also there were some serious and heavy topics too. And we listened to each other's stories, and this monk was giving some ideas to solve those problems they had and troubles they went through. And in the world of Zen, which I grew up in Kyoto, there's a word in Japanese called law, L-O. And law could be translated as revealing or sharing. And the concept of this law is basically honesty. I have to be honest to myself if I share something. And if I share something to my friend next to me, I can share good things about me, but if I can also, if I'm able to share some weakness. And if my friend next to me, he does the same thing to me, we believe that we can build a good relationship. And while I was listening to the talking, I was thinking about this concept, and I thought, we are just same human being, and sometimes it's hard to see other people's life, and because we don't share everything, but we have happy times, difficult times, so we go through different times in life. And while I was meditating there, I came up with another new poetry, and I combined these 2 parts together from the week, and this song came about. And this is called "The Morning Tide Will Bring Another Day." And I'm going to sing this poetry in Japanese because that was how I originally wrote. But I'm gonna read the English version in the middle of the song. ちに君は家を建てた悲しい思い出忘れるために海の見える街に僕も家を建てた悲しいあなたのそばにいるために生きてゆくのはつらいそれを言わないだけ僕もあなたと同じまた朝が来たねYou built us a house upon a hill. There is an ocean view from every room. All alone, you sit there and gaze, hoping that the memory fades. I also built a house upon a hill. There is a sound of water in the air. All the pain that you have endured washes out beyond the shore. Pain is but a part of every life. But these are the words I cannot bear to say. We are just drops of water in the sea. Morning tide will bring another day. Thank you. I've been playing guitar for a long time, but it was not my first instrument. When I was 12 or 13 years old, my dad found a used banjo at the thrift shop in Kyoto. And he brought it back one day, and he said to me, "This is called banjo." And as a Japanese teenager, I didn't know anything about banjo. But I liked the fact that I was the only kid in town playing banjo. I'm from small town, and my parents had a friend who was very much into bluegrass music, and one day he gave me a record LP called a Foggy Mountain Banjo by Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs. It's a great classic record released in 1961, and it's all instrumental music. And when I put the record for the first time, it was very fascinating. And from the day I heard the record, I decided to practice lots of banjo. And as you may know about bluegrass banjo, it requires lots of picking hand technique, to me, right hand, with the three fingers, thumb, index, and middle, those three finger, basically different patterns, but they call it rolls. So I practiced it, lots of different rolls when I was in high school. And I'm going to play one of my original pieces, and I applied some of the banjo rolls to this original piece, and this is called From Coast to Coast. Thank you. Did you hear any banjo? Okay, I think I'm gonna do 2 more songs for you tonight. I wrote this piece in a small village back in Kyoto where my grandparents are from. Both of my grandparents grew up in this tiny village. It's in a beautiful mountain. And I used to go there a lot when I was growing up as a kid. And looking back from now, I just have a great memory thinking about this place. And you may have a similar place, the place you had been when you were a child. And you haven't been back for a long time, but memory is interesting. It sometimes comes back suddenly. And when we sleep, we sometimes dream about things about our past too, right? And several years ago, I had a chance coming back to this village with my dad. And I brought my guitar there and I composed this piece while I was staying in this village. And the name of the piece is called Takibi, T-A-K-I-B-I. And Takibi is a Japanese word which means bonfire, because making bonfire was kind of a tradition, especially in those rural villages back then. So yeah, I was there and thinking about the time I spent with my grandparents. And this is called a bonfire, Takibi. Thank you. Thanks so much. Thank you very much for being here and coming. I'd like to play one more piece for you tonight. And besides CDs and chocolate, I have a mailing list. If you sign up emails, I'm going to send you monthly newsletters from different places I go. So you're going to know when I'm coming back to Northern Virginia or this area in the future. And I want to say thank you for Al and Marcia for having me. Thanks so much. Thank you all. Yeah, it's such a beautiful venue.
It'll never be the same.
Okay. So here's a little stories about this last piece I'm going to play. About 15 minutes north from New Haven, Connecticut, there's a small town called Hamden, and there are two mountains. The one has a round shape, and next to the round one, there's a longer one, and these two mountains are connected. People call it Sleeping Giant. Next to Sleeping Giant, there is a university named the Quinnipiac University, and one of the professors there, whose name is Luis. Luis is originally from Argentina, and he's been here for a long time teaching at the Quinnipiac. And we became friends because every time I played shows around New Haven, he showed up. And a couple years ago, I was playing shows in Vermont and New Hampshire. And Luis knew that I was in the area. So he called me and he said, if you have time on your way back, why don't you stop by? So I decided to stop by Hamden. And me and Luis did a trail walking through a Sleeping Giant. And it was a very cold day this time of the year, December, but it was a beautiful experience walking through this mountain with him. And a couple of weeks later, after I got home, I received a package from him. And when I opened the box, there were 4 books about Sleeping Giant. And he enclosed a letter, and he wrote that I am personally very much attached to this place. And it is also an important place for Quinnipiac University too. So I want you to compose a song about Sleeping Giant. But before you compose, you gotta study about this place. And the books were very thick. But I try my best to read those books and try to find out about this place. And I learned that this place was originally a sacred place of indigenous people living there back then. And their name is the Quinnipiac people. And the spirit of Quinnipiac people is called a Habermock. So I named this piece as Habermock. Thanks so much. Thank you. is wide. I can't cross over, and neither have I wings to fly. Build me a boat I can carry two, and both shall row. My love and I Thank you.